What's going on, family? Got this cigarette up real quick. Mm-hmm. What's going on, family? You know, another day, morning. You know what I mean? I'm just thankful for God, thankful to God, grateful that I woke up. Sometimes when you wake up, you're not gonna feel in your best. Sometimes you gotta go over. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know I had to go over some of like like the shadow, the lower self, you know what I'm saying, the flesh and things like that. Because sometimes you just be looking for validation, or you looking for people to give you the fuel to go about your day. That's why so many people, get on social media and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They want to be popping. And, in this world, who doesn't want to, be popping? You know what I'm saying? But you got to be popping for God, popular for God, you know what I'm saying? Or just known for giving, praise to God. And even if you're not popular in the physical world, you know what I'm saying? You can be popular in the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? It's just your viewpoint of how you look at things, because I know like the topics I hit is not a topic that a lot of people want to listen to, but it's a topic that I'm gonna keep expressing because it's not about trying to find topics that you know can gain the interest of people. It's about hitting topics that is helping people. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I'm not on here trying, let me see what type of topics I get to run my views up and stuff like that. No, I'm gonna spit topics that's gonna be helpful for people, to keep people going. You know what I'm saying? Because in this program, you get hit with various weaponized things, invisible. It's like an invisible fire. It's like you are in the midst of an invisible fire and you being burnt. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows but those who is inflicting the fire or who's part know that you're being burnt. It's just an invisible fire that you go through every day. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like in the Bible when Daniel was put into the lion's den. You get what I'm saying? Like why was Daniel put into the lion's den? Because somebody manipulated the king of Babylon. Somebody manipulated the king of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? If anyone get caught praying to their God and stuff like that, they get thrown in the lion's den. The king favored Daniel. The king favored Daniel. But because of the manipulation, you know what I'm saying? Somebody manipulated the king to write a decree to whoever get caught, praying to their God or, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. They'll get thrown into the lion's den. And they knew that Daniel was true to his God. You know what I'm saying? So it's all types. You got to watch out for the manipulatives. You know what I mean? That threw us in this lion's den. You get what I'm saying? But even when Daniel was thrown in the lion den, how terrifying could that be? Thrown in a den full of hungry lions. You get what I'm saying? I can't even imagine that type of being eaten alive. You know what I'm saying? But luckily, you know what I'm saying, since Daniel was loyal to God, God protected Daniel and had the angels shut the mouths of the lions. You know what I'm saying? What a blessing is that? So even with us being in this program, you know what I'm saying, in this lion's den, you know, uh, God is protecting us. Yeah, we see the tactics, but the tactics is based on your mindset. So this is the difference between like a weak mindset and a strong mindset. A weak mindset would be a mindset like this is what they play on. They play on the flesh, the lower self, the weak mindset. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? I want views. Man, I want to be recognized in this world. Man, I want to be popular. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want people to be cool with me. I want to be cool with a lot of people. I want to be popular in this world. I want to be popping. You know what I'm saying? When you have that type of mindset, they can manipulate They can manipulate you. You get what I'm saying? But when you have a strong mindset, you realize those things don't matter. That's why I mean, like, either you're gonna crash out or do good. You know, those things don't matter. People, even if people are attracted to your energy, they know they can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? You see it in people's faces and stuff. They glitch out. They get to laughing and then they straighten up like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You bust a joke, they get to laughing, then they straighten up real quick and then they gotta get back to doing their indirects. So you know what I'm saying? You can't, it's forcing you to get out of that pride, get out of that ego, get out of that, I wanna be recognized by the world. You forced to get out of that because once you step into that arena, once you step into that den, you know, you getting hit by the invisible fire, it's gonna mold you and manipulate you to become something else. You see what I'm saying? So you can't want what the world wants. You know what I'm saying? I know it'd be hard. It'd be hard for me too sometimes. I be liking, you know what I'm saying, the comments. I be liking my views up. I like when people give me compliments. I like to be, you know what I mean? It feel good to get praised sometimes. It do. It feel good. You know what I'm saying? It don't always feel good when you always looked at as the bad guy. You wake up, you be like, dang. But it's that's the thing. It's the difference between a weak mindset and a strong mindset. Because when you have a strong mindset, you just be thankful for everything. You know what I'm saying? You spread your message. Because in all divine timing, you know what I mean? God knows how much you can bear. He'll give you the right people to say the right things at the right time. You just got to break out of that mindset. That's almost like a child mindset. The mindset of a child, right? Or a person underdeveloped or immature or stuff like that. They want to be the center of the universe. That's how you could people a weak-minded or a child type mindset or an immature mindset. They want to be the center of the universe. You know what I'm saying? They want attention. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't grown to understand that, you know what I'm saying? Attention doesn't just belong to you. When they're a child, they think, oh, mommy and daddy, attention, I want attention. They cry, they want attention. You know what I'm saying? So as people grow up, they still have that same mindset, attention. I want everybody attention. You know what I mean? My words is the only thing that matter. My words on a golden platter. That's the only thing. No, I understand that's not the only thing that matter. And I understand the role of serving others. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a different mental space and their own experiences, you know what I'm saying, in this three-dimensional world. You know, and me being in this three-dimensional world, trying to recognize God and give more attention to God than try to seek attention for myself. Because trying to seek self-validation and attention for myself, it separates people from God. It separates myself from God. So yeah, sometimes it gets you because you're in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect. So sometimes it hit me like, dang, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I feel like a straight lame out here. Like I be feeling dry sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? And people can make you feel that way. But you gotta understand it, you gotta be thankful for the things that you do have. You know what I'm saying? Because used to be in a mindset where it was like I wasn't thankful. You know what I'm saying? Insecure about the way that I look, about, you know what I'm saying, and trying to prove myself to people and things like that. But all that does is lead you to darkness. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You got to be thankful for the skin that you in. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you're going to attract genuine people. That's how the genuine people going to come in when you're thankful for the skin that you in, you know? Self-love is good, but being ultimate lovers of yourself, being prideful, being conceited is not good because that's going to separate you from God. You got to be thankful, you know what I'm saying? And you can't compare and contrast to other people. You got to be thankful for the other people around you, thankful for the human beings around you, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody is created for God's divine purpose. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't created to be the same. Everybody was created to be different. You know, and with our different talents and skills, we can use that to give praise and glory to God. so people's attention can be on God. You don't want people's attention to be on you. You want people's attention to be on God. And sometimes that's a hard route, especially when you feel like you deserve certain things and you went through certain things, but that path right there leads to darkness. You know what I mean? Go to the light. Go to the path of light. Go to the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's my truth, you know. It's just I don't need to worry about attention. I don't need to worry about, you know what I mean, having a platform that pleases the ears, because I'm not trying to spit a message that's going to please the ears of what people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Speaking about God, that's something that people don't want to hear. A lot of people don't want to hear about God. One thing, like, if you're around people and you don't know if they're there for you or not, even if they nice people, you mess around and open that Bible or talk about the Bible or spit some scriptures, they going to get away. The demons, they going to get away. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that at all. They going when you around people and stuff like that, and you start hitting scriptures or hitting some, you know what I'm saying, or talking about God or talking about, you know what I'm saying, getting a close relationship with God, the demons will flee every time. You know, if you resist temptation, eventually that temptation gonna get out of there. But because we're in the flesh, sometimes we start missing it and want to be a part of certain things that we don't need to be a part of. And I'm telling you, keep your faith strong. Don't let your flesh put you in some mess. Don't let your lower self get you like little bit by little bit wanting to get back into that lifestyle. That lifestyle equals to nothing. Get with God. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting attention on yourself and put attention on the Creator. And with that being said, peace.